Okay, guys, here it is. My blood work. I just got back from I'm in the parking lot actually, but I just talked to my doctor and I got a printout of what I took, the blood that she took 2 weeks ago. And then this is my old from last year. This was a year ago. And last year all she tested was my vitamin D. In January it was 25.4, and then again in March it went up to 28.7. So there's a few other things on here tested, but not really like the full workup like I asked her to do this time. And I was taking supplements, I should say that, for vitamin D. So that could be why it's went up this time. I think what I'll do is because when I took that one last year, it was in January, it was at the end of winter. So I think what I'll do is quit the supplements and get as much sun as I can this summer. And then at the end of summer, have my lab done and then see what that looks like. I'm going to take pictures of all this and probably put it in the middle or the beginning and end somewhere. And, yeah, so you can look and see a little better what's going on. Okay, let me get into this. There was something that was concerning, and that was my insulin. My fasting insulin. Actually, I don't know if this is concerning or not, because she told me mine was 6.4 and it doesn't flag it as high. Usually it will say on here. She said that was high, that it should be 6 is the highest, like between 2 and 6. And she's really old, like I love her to death, but the reference range over here says 2.6 through 24.9. And so I'm wondering if she just read 2.6 and thought that was like between 2 and 6. Anyway, she recommended I stay low carb or go low carb, which I like to stay low carb, but the past few months, I'm not going to lie, I have eaten a lot higher carbs, and I was like, oh shit, that's what this is. So, I don't know. I'll look into it when I get home. If this is high, let me know, guys, what I can do, because other than going low carb, I mean, that's obviously what I would do, but, yeah, whatever. But I was, just wondering, like, are there other things that can make your insulin, elevate like that? Because that's not good, and that, I don't know. Ferritin was 45.1. Reference range is 13, between 13 and 150. So that was normal. She tested my thyroid. I don't know if anybody. Yeah, like I said, I'll take a picture of this. So anything else that I don't mention here can be looked at. But she said everything was normal. Ferritin is one of the main reasons I went and got tested, because I had been having some symptoms like cold hands and feet, and yeah, I don't know what I should attribute to that to, because I've had this most of my adult life, and between that and like my joints clicking and hurting and popping, and there's been some points, like now I'm okay, and I seem to be doing better low carb, but there are some times when I have to like quit working out for a while because it just gets so bad, like I can feel it. It hurts when I do squats and stuff. So yeah, sodium, potassium, glucose was 103, and the reference range is 65 through, maybe that's what she was talking about. Reference range goes up to 99. Maybe that's what she meant, was a little bit high. Oh. Yeah. Well, my insulin may not have been high, but my sugar was. Okay. And I wonder about this because I told her that morning, I told her I hadn't eaten and I hadn't, but I did lick the spoon of my son's oatmeal just to see if I made it sweet enough. And I always try not to swallow anything when I do that because I'm a mother. I have to like cook constantly and taste things. I wonder if that has something to do with it because there was honey there. I don't know. I mean, could be. I could have swallowed some. She said I can get tested again in a few months, like 6 months, and, see. But would my sugar be up if I ate sweets the night before? That's, I guess, possible. All the other stuff, protein, right there in the middle, bilirubin. I'm kind of disappointed. I thought cholesterol was included in this. I guess not. And I don't know what this other stuff is. G5, 14 or less means G1, G2, G3. Yeah, I don't know what this stuff is. Vitamin D, right? Oh, I'm so glad about my vitamin D. I cannot believe it was so low last year. It's right there in the middle now. So, a 50, and you want it between 30 and 100, but you want it on the higher side of normal because you run through those stores in the winter. Like I said, supplements could have done that, and I've heard some bad things about supplements as well, particularly vitamin D, but I haven't looked into that yet. So, anything else? I'm trying to think if I don't want to leave anything out here. My symptoms, I'm going to go lower carb for a while and see how I feel. I have been eating raw liver every day when I feel like my hands are cold, and I notice a few hours later, I don't know if this is psychosomatic, but they feel warm. And my son even grabbed my hand and was like hot. And I gave my hand to my husband and I was like, feel. And he was like, wow, they're warm, because he's so used to them being cold. Like when he grabs my feet and, we're sitting together on the couch, they're always so cold, my hands and feet. So that's been interesting, like experimenting with that. And that's why I thought it was iron, but maybe it's like B12 or something. I don't know. Cold hands and feet can be a symptom of so many different things that it's hard to tell. It could even be anxiety. Maybe I'm having getting anxious and that's causing these symptoms. I used to have horrible anxiety, and now it's it's no big deal at all, but so bad before, my lips would tingle and turn almost blue, because all the blood starts flowing to your heart when you have anxiety. And so it wasn't just my fingers would go numb, my lips, it was severe. And I'd be shaking, couldn't breathe. I had to leave a job over this. I was a 911 operator. I absolutely loved that. I was devastated when I had to leave due to my anxiety, but it takes a very, very strong, nerves of steel to handle those type of calls every day. And it's really not good for you long term, A lot of these 911 operators that end up retiring with obesity issues and all kind of stress. Their hormones are spiked all the time, because you have to think about it. You're getting calls. People are dying. You're having to sit there on the phone with them until the ambulance gets there. And that can't be good to take on everybody else's stuff like that every day. But I'm talking off on a tangent here. But anyway, luckily, thankfully, my anxiety has improved tremendously the past like couple years or so, I don't know if I just matured a lot. I grew up a lot. I seem to come out of that like egoic mindset, and I think a lot of that was my anxiety. I could have never, ever had a YouTube channel in my early 20s, or not even my early 20s, like my mid 20s, because the anxiety didn't really come on like that when I was younger. I was really, really confident. I didn't have all these problems when I was younger. It's weird how all that happened. And all of this, all my symptoms started after I joined the military. And I first attributed it to vaccines, but this guy was walking by. It's always weird when you're filming in public. But then I started thinking about it, and when I was in basic training, they gave me a lot of antibiotics, and I just took them like a dummy. I didn't know any better because I was getting like these staph bulls on my leg. We were rolling around in the dirt a lot. You know, you're sweating all the time. I was getting these bulls, and they, at the clinic or whatever, they just kept giving me antibiotics, and I just kept taking them. And I remember these were such strong antibiotics. I remember this because my skin would burn in the sun. And I went back and looked at that bottle one day, and it said, "Don't go in the sun while taking these." And I was like, what the hell? All over, like, probably staph, or I don't know, what is it, strep or staph, that causes the skin bulls. And it's not a big deal. It just goes away usually. A lot of people get them when they're younger. But yeah, they were telling me in the clinic that it could be MRSA. And I was like, what's that? Oh, you know, if you're out living among chickens and I don't even know, like, these people have got to be idiots, because now that I know everything I do, it's like, what? MRSA? Really? You're trying to give me... And then MRSA isn't even... There's not even antibiotics that can treat MRSA, so that's... Oh my God! So my microbiome, it's horrifying to think about, you know, what happened to me during that time. And, yeah. So anyway, when I came home from basic, I had a lot of joint pain. Anxiety developed. I can guarantee you that had something to do with my gut. Oh, man. Anyway, enough about that. We went through the labs. Like I said, I'm going to take a picture and we can discuss it. Maybe somebody can help me here. You know, there may be some stuff I don't know or didn't look at well enough. Oh, there's another thing that was high on last year that I didn't notice. Eosinophilus automated? What the hell is that? It's 11.9, and it should be a 1 through 8. And then this year, it's at a 1.7. That's weird. Alright, see y'all guys later. Bye.